A warm greeting to everyone who is dedicated to watch this video and inform himself about my personal topics. From the outset, the basis of language consists of what? It consists of two stages. The first stage in language or linguistics is correctness, and the second stage is appropriacy. On that ground, in this video, I will address the difference between correctness and appropriacy so that you can have a complete image or a complete imagery or a complete picture about each one of them. So the topic, as I mentioned, is appropriacy versus correctness. Two keywords. From this I will extract several elements so that you can understand and distinguish between them. So the first thing is about appropriacy. The first element is that appropriacy linked to meaning. What do you mean by appropriacy? Means focus on the meaning of our words, of our speech. So we can say lexical meaning or the hidden meaning of words. The hidden meaning of words. Because when we speak, we are going to produce words within the meaning. That meaning can understand interchangeably according to the person. Whether the meaning has to do with idioms, whether it is about slang of any region, or the language or the accent that are produced based on their cultural background. So the lexical meaning of word, what do you mean, is the meaning that we are intended to inform or to send or to express to our recipient or to whoever is listening. This is the meaning of lexical meaning or hidden meaning of words. Another factor or another element that needs to be taken into consideration is the historical background. What do you mean by historical background? I will explain it. In the field of linguistics, you cannot speak directly. You cannot go through the process of producing words without taking into consideration the person you are dealing with. What I'm referring to that person, I'm referring to his characteristics, based on his cultural norms, his ideology, his views, way of thinking, and where he was born, right? His belongingness. When you speak a word, you need to be aware of the sensitivities, be aware of the choice of word you are going to produce to that person, because as a human, we are different, we are not the same. Each one of us has his own way of thinking. Each one of us comes from a different culture, different religion, right? So we need to be aware of those components or those characteristics. So, as far as teaching is concerned, let us say, sorry, you are having listening or speaking session with your students, and you decided to show them a video script, listening script, or any other videos or resources, and then you showed them, for example, a dialogue between people, obviously from a foreign culture, and they speak a different culture, a different language, sorry, but you did not focus on their way of speaking, their slang, their collocation words, chunks. You did not focus on these elements. You need to connect what you are producing, what you are presenting to your students with the learner's historical background. For instance, learners might hear a word that is not relevant to their culture, to their religious norms, okay, or to their historical background, like I said. So they will be affected, and they will not comprehend or cope with your lesson, because the language is not appropriate, is an outsider factor that influence their behavior. So we need to take care of these unexpected changes. This is the meaning of historical background. Now we move to the second stage, that is correctness. Correctness means the grammatical structure of language. So when we say correctness, here, the surface structure of a sentence. I will explain the surface. Of a grammar or of a sentence. What do you mean by surface? Here you will, the sentence that you are going to produce reflects the meaning. Reflect the meaning which is hidden, okay, within that sentence. But here you are not going to focus on the meaning. You are going to focus on the structure of sentence, the formats, subject, verb, and object, etc. Subject, modal auxiliary, verb, object, any type of sentence. So that sentence should be grammatically correct, should be relevant to the grammatical system. So you need to take care of the student's grammatical structure so they can produce a correct sentence. This is the correctness. Another thing that has to deal with the grammatical elements, which is the intonation, pronunciation features, and the pitch of sound, etc. Pitch, intonation, what else? Pronunciation features, etc. This one, when learners pronounce the word, it should be accurate. This is the meaning of correctness. Accurate words should be appropriate. It should be relevant and produced correctly according to the British pronunciation or according to the American pronunciation features, right? This is the meaning of correctness. So correctness deals with the grammar, the surface knowledge of any particular sentence, And appropriacy deals with the appropriate language based on the situation you are dealing with, and also deals with the meaning that you are intended to express for your recipients or audience. This is the lesson of today. Thank you very much for your kind consideration, and see you for the upcoming videos.